So guys, today we'll be learning 5 emotional chords that you can play finger picking on guitar. I'll be showing you them on acoustic guitar, but please consider trying them even on electric guitar. They sound great on electric guitar as well. If you're new here, welcome. This is The Bearded Guitarist, and in this channel you'll find acoustic and electric guitar videos. So if you are a first-time viewer, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when I release my videos. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I post behind the scenes and other daily contents that I don't post here on YouTube. That said, we are ready to start with our list of 5 emotional chords. So the first one that I want to show you is a classic, which is in the key of E minor. So you can think of an E minor, precisely an E minor 7. So using your little finger here to play the 7. And then you can say, well, actually, I want to move the octave, so the root note 1 octave higher, to the 9th, and basically add the 9th to this chord, and this becomes an E minor add 9, which you will have to finger this way. And this is the first chord that I was playing in the intro of this video. So I'm using the first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, the ring finger on the 4th of the D, and the 2nd finger on the 3rd of the B, this way. Okay, beautiful deep chord. The second one that I want to show you is a C sus2 sharp 11. It's a strange name, I know, it's quite long, but basically this is nothing but a C sus2 where you've got the root note, your 2nd degree and your 5th, so you don't have the 3rd, you replace the 3rd with the 2nd, that's the meaning of sus2. I also do have a full video on sus chords in the channel if you're interested. And you're also adding the ring finger on the F sharp, which is the sharp 11 or sharp 4. And in this way you get a C sus2 sharp 4. Very particular chord, this one. It's a legion chord, so you can use it every time that the C represents the 4th degree of the key. So for example, in the key of G major, you're gonna have a C legion and you can use this chord. Now the key of G major is the same as E minor. For that reason, if you consider the first chord that I showed you, the tonic of the key, you can see that they blend well together with an easy movement of the first finger only. Okay, and you can mix them together. So the first chord was E minor add 9, and the second chord is C sus2 sharp 11. Now let's change mood, let's go into something major. Another chord that I really like to play is this. Okay, now there are a couple of different ways of thinking of this chord and in general the name of this chord, but in my opinion this would be the same as playing an E major, precisely an E major in a C shape, if you are familiar with the C shape, okay, of the caged system. Imagine this. You can then move the octave, so the root and 1 octave higher, down to the major 7th, so that you get an E major 7. That's a pretty basic E major 7 chord, again in C shape, so this comes from here. And then you can say, well, once more I remove the 3rd, the major 3rd of this chord, and I replace it with the major 2nd. So in that way, your E major 7 becomes an E major 7 sus2. Which you can move, obviously, without playing the low E, which is something that works only in E. You can move anywhere, really. So you can play an E major 7 sus2, then a D, or an F sharp. It's really nice when you move it by one whole step, in my opinion. Or you can just play it here as a C. And if you do that, you're just going to play a C and then 3 open strings. That's completely up to you. Now, the reason why I said you are going to have 2 different ways of thinking about this chord and the name of this chord is because when I play that, effectively, I'm just playing a triad here, which is a B major triad with an E on the bass. So I can even say it as B over E, where B is the triad that you're going to play and E is the note on the bass that you're going to let ring at the bottom. So all together you get this beautiful chord. Okay, the 4th chord that we are going to play is this. We can learn it with B as the root, and basically it's a B7 flat 9. So what you get here in this voicing is the root note being here, okay, so this is your B root note. Then you're gonna have a D sharp here with the 4th fret of the B string. So for that reason, you're gonna have the root, the major 3rd, and the minor 7, so that's why it's a dominant 7. But you also add the flat 9, which is this C here, so you get 3, 4, 2, 1 in terms of fingering. Obviously this is an omit 5 chord because you don't have the 5th of the chord. You just go 1, 3, 7, 9, okay? You might be familiar with this chord, which is very common, for example, in funk and soul music, even in jazz, obviously. This can be seen as an A over B, or if you like it, as a B9 sus4. Sometimes it's also notated as B11. Now, if you start from here and then you move these 2 fingers this way, okay, you're gonna get basically an A diminished triad with a B on the bass, or simply a B7 flat 9. Okay, obviously you can move it anywhere you want. Again, it's going to be exactly the same as the position that we are starting from. Where can you use it? Well, for example, you can use it as the tension which resolves minor. For example, when you go to an E minor 9, or if you play a 2, 5, 1 and then you want to start again. So I'm going to start with E minor 9 as a 2, then a 5, a 1 in the key of D, and then maybe I can do this, the B11 or B9 sus4, which moves to the B7 flat 9, so like. So, you know, this is just an example of what you can play. Or if you feel you want to experiment more, you can use it resolving major, and maybe using the chord that we just learned, the major 7 sus2, so you can get, for example, this kind of voicing, okay, which shares the top note. Okay, so this is a nice tensive chord. It adds a lot of tension that you want to resolve. At some point you want to release this tension, and it's nice when you start from this chord, which doesn't have the 3rd, doesn't have the flat 9, and then you move to 3rd flat 9, so you get the B7 flat 9. Okay. Right, we are ready now to learn the 5th and last of these emotional chords that we can use fingerstyle. Hopefully these chords are going to help your playing, develop your playing, and maybe create something interesting on your arrangements. So the last chord that we are going to play is this. I really love this chord. It's in the key of A, so A is my root note, which I play twice, and I consider this being an A minor 11. Some of you might already know the A minor 11 this way. What we are doing, compared to this position, we are placing this A in the open string, and we are moving the G 1 octave higher, but basically we are playing the same chord. So feel free, every time you've got a progression which includes an A minor 11 or an A minor 7 that you can extend to the 11th, try to think why not to play, especially on the acoustic guitar where you want to hear the open strings, something like this, okay? So the way I play it is with the 7th fret of the D string played by my little finger, and then I'm going to have the 5th fret on the G string played by my 2nd finger, and then the 1st finger is playing a bar of 2 strings, the first 2 strings, 3rd fret. This way. I love this chord. So just to do a quick recap, the first chord was E minor at 9. The second chord was C sus2 sharp 11. The third chord that we'll learn was an E major 7 sus2. The fourth chord was a B7 flat 9. And the last chord is this A minor 11. Okay, so make sure that you move these chords even in different keys, and you try them on acoustic and electric guitar to hear the difference in the tone, and maybe try to use them in your own arrangements. That's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please like this video and share it with your family and friends, because this would really help me reaching out to more people. Again, this is The Bearded Guitarist. Remember that you can follow me on Instagram, where I post behind the scenes and other contents that are not available here on YouTube. And if it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for the notifications if you want to keep up with all of my upcoming lessons, upcoming videos. Again, guys, feel free to get in touch with me and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you soon.